So I will talk a little bit about the practice, which is important to understand what we are doing. So it's not a meditation where you just sit there and you let your mind wander. So I'm asking you to engage directly in your experience in a way in which whenever you find yourself distracted, okay, I forgot to put my bottle or whatever, I forgot my, the mind brings up things, and whenever that happens, you become aware of it, you kind of get off the train of thoughts. You stop engaging with it. You stop thinking about it and you let it go. In order to facilitate that process, we have a trick or a technique, to better call it. This teaching speaks about the human being having three brains, three types of intelligences. We have our intellect. We all know what intelligence means: cognition, thinking, planning, speculating with the mind. We have emotional intelligence. We have feelings, intuition. We can perceive beauty, harmony, love, all things that the mind doesn't have access to it, only theoretically. And we have a moving center, the belly center, is the center from which we drive a car, we drive a bicycle, kinesthetic, we balance. We're not thinking about balance. If we think about it, we fall. We need to kind of balance ourselves. And this center is called also the Hara center. It's about 3 fingers below the belly button and 2-3 fingers inside, according to the size of the bellies. So what we are doing here, we are trying to bring our awareness. So the awareness, you can think of awareness as the big mind, the mind with a capital M. We can be aware of thoughts, aware of feelings, or aware of sensations, bodily sensations, and balance. So during this practice, we are trying to bring our awareness to the belly center, so that it's easier not to go with the thinking mind, because we are actively bringing the awareness to the belly center. So maybe you can already try to see if you can sense it, if you can, it's not something we can think about it, we need to feel it in the sensing way. So see if you maybe already you want to put your hands on it, if you want to try to become familiar with this part of your body. Also, during the practice, you want to be in a position which is sustainable. You don't want to be in a strange posture, so you may need some pillows. You don't want to be balancing yourself or getting sleepy legs or something like that. So find a comfortable position. You don't want your mind to start to wonder about a pillow that you want. So make yourself very comfortable. If you need to get some props or blankets, pillows. Yeah, also you don't want to slouch too much. You want your spine, if possible, to be quite, not locked like a soldier. You don't want to be slouching. You don't want to be locking your spine. You want the energy to flow. And the spine wants to be naturally erected with this natural curve. And so the practice is very simple, but it's not easy. We are used to entertain our thoughts a lot. So we are walking all day around, listening to our mind, telling us basically, having some inner conversation. We always have a narrative to our life. most of us, quite intellectual. And so we're quite used to that way of being. So here we want to let go of the tendency, if possible, and try to focus our awareness on the belly center, in the sensations of that you find at the belly center. So as I say, simple but not easy. Very quickly we may our awareness pops back to the mind, and we start thinking, well, what about that? What about that ticket I forgot to buy? What about whatever? There's so many things in the waiting list. And then certain things maybe bring up worries, and they seem to be more important to entertain, to engage with. So for now, I'm not saying we should not think about our life, but for these 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes we practice together, we put that on hold, and we practice developing the capacity to be in touch with our physical body, the sensations, which will serve us later. I will talk more about it. It's part of one of the tools that we need to develop to discover who we are. Because we are not a thought. We are not the construct of our mind. We are something much more three-dimensional. So the awakening the capacity to perceive sensations is important in the journey to discover ourselves. Because love, for example, is not a thought. Feelings are not thoughts. So we cannot just think, oh, I love this person so much because this and this and that. It's a little bit boring love. Real love is in the heart, as a feeling, emotion, sensations. So we can't live our life only from the head. We need to develop other capacities. And this practice is designed for us to develop the sensing capacity and being present, because discovering ourselves is not a journey somewhere out there. It needs to be present here with my experience to discover myself. So it's very supportive, and you have to be patient with me. I will give you many tools, and I will bring them in a progression. So at the beginning you may think, what is he talking about? So be patient. I will paint a bigger picture. And now we are practicing this technique together, which serves to the journey that we're going to walk together in these 4 days, 5 days. And I've been teaching this 20 years, and so sometimes I forget how it is at the beginning. That is, so if I go too far, you catch me and you ask me later, because I assume many things. So it's good that later you ask me, you challenge me, that we make sure that you are getting what I'm bringing. But for now we practice. So, comfortable position. Close your eyes. If you feel sleepy, you can open your eyes and not to stare at anything, just to let the light wake you up. When you're overthinking, so you're not stopping your mind, the mind doesn't really usually stop. So you're just letting go of the mind and bring your capacity to be focused and aware to your Hara center. You now can relax your mouth a little bit, relax your body, and bring few gentle breaths to your belly, so that this part of the body starts to move. So you're sensing the physical sensations already there, So you're not so much engaged with your mind now, you're engaging with your sensing capacity, your sensing intelligence. It's a beautiful intelligence. You can sense warm, cold, texture, water, oil, wood. You can sense so many different textures you can detect. It's not thinking. So now we are awakening that brain, the sensing brain, by bringing our awareness to the Hara center. And we're not focusing on the heart for now. So we just try to come back to the Hara. Not because it's better or it's just a practice to learn to be less intellectual for now and coming to your body in this moment now, in this room, us together as a group. We are entering reality here and now. So when the train of thoughts come and you engage with them, you say goodbye, I think you later, and you come back to your belly center. I will be quiet for a little bit of time. Maybe I remind you now and then, but you want to experiment practicing on your own. Really, you need to use your will. It's not going to happen if you don't intend it. Naturally, we get distracted. It's difficult that naturally we stay focused unless we develop this capacity. So sensing, letting go of the breath, you don't have to keep on breathing. Natural breath, all you're doing is getting off the train of thoughts, coming back to sensing the Hara center. You may find a sort of dot or energy point, magnetic kind of feeling, sensation. It's more like a magnetism than anything, in my experience. And your awareness may be naturally attracted to this place as you are experimenting with it. It may feel very natural to be there and to stay present is also our nature. You actively engage with your inner experience, bringing your awareness to the Hara center. Experience it becoming more present, maybe more here. You know, when we are distracted, we are not here. Sometimes we talk to people and we get distracted, we stop listening. And then after a while we say, I'm sorry, I was not here. Where was I? Now I'm here, now I'm listening. So you want to come back here and listen to your experience directly, without thinking about it. Just being in your experience, present. this, the door to yourself, entering the moment you experience now. Don't have to find anything particular in this moment. Whatever is there. We're not looking for enlightenment. We're not looking for anything but your experience as it is now. If you feel sleepy, you can open your eyes. Letting go of the thinking mind, letting the thoughts fade in the background. As you deepen, you bring your awareness to the depth. Like when you're listening to somebody's conversation on a train, and after a while you stop listening and they disappear, the voice just fade in the background, and you're back to yourself. In the same manner, let the chatter of your mind fade in the background and come to the sensations you find at the Hara center, in your center. And continue to bring your awareness to the Hara center whenever you realize that you're distracted. And now you can start sensing your arms and your legs. And slowly you can add looking and listening.